Greg Gordon, and I have the pleasure today of being here with Oriel Poole. Hi, Oriel. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Nice to have you here at Pyramind again.
Yes, I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah, so we get a chance to chat here a little bit and learn really kind of about what you've been up to since you were here at Pyramind, and kind of what you've been doing with your career, your musical career. You've put out some great videos, so let's talk a little bit about that, all right? Okay. So just tell us a little about why you chose to come to San Francisco.
Well, at the time, I was going through a lot of personal changes, and you'd even say like a transformation. I came to the conclusion that music was my ultimate, and that I'm shifting away from a design career toward a path as a singer-songwriter, producer.
You came from a design school background, is that right?
Yeah, I studied interior architecture, design, and have worked in many facets of the design and production industries, especially in entertainment and events. What attracted me to Pyramind really was just the relevance of a lot of the professors here.
I love that you call them professors. That's great.
Yeah, well, it's everyone's trained in their field, but then also active in the industry.
Yeah.
And it's right in the heart of the city, and so it was kind of a no-brainer for me to come to Pyramind.
And then you twist up, you are onto it. It's so far, you can't deny.
When the moment that I decided to move to San Francisco, I got this intuitive hit that how fun would it be to live in a house with all music producers? I was I really love that idea. And then I came on the tour to Pyramind, and I met Alex, and he just mentioned, he's like, yeah, I live in a house with all these music producers. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, we actually have 2 rooms available right now. I was like, great. And I know how hard it is to find apartments here. And I was just like, get me on that. I want in. I met with them, and yeah, they chose me to move in. And that also led to a lot of things. Zach ended up being my Ableton teacher. Max became, and it still is a lifelong collaborator. He ended up being the producer on my EP Sunday.
That's Max Savage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was shooting videos here.
Right.
And we've also worked together on videos. He actually did the edit for High Fidelity, which is my first music video. And then with the later videos, I've been able to kind of check in with him and get some really good feedback through the process.
Right, because from San Francisco, you then moved to LA, right?
I did, yeah.
And you've been able to network and really establish LA as your base now for the growth of your music career at this point, right?
Yeah, it was a relevant next step for me, and it's just I've been able to meet so many people there as well and kind of expand on.
So it seems like a big part of moving to LA was connecting with a lot of talent down there, and particularly in how you developed these new music videos that you put out. In particular, I was really drawn to Foothills. The level of production, the story behind that, and it seems like that storyline is really relevant to your musical path. And so maybe you can tell us a little bit about that and how that kind of came together.
The meaning of the song Foothills is being at the base of a mountain ready to climb. So when I wrote the song, it was really about, okay, I've gathered all the resources that I need to start climbing this mountain. And in the creation of the video, I teamed up with director Ryan Lamport and art director Ostara. And the 3 of us worked together to write a narrative that was really supporting this climbing of this insurmountable mountain, and me fully stepping into my artistry. There is a lot of symbolism. There was actually a whole another part of the video which we cut, which was me on a bad date and running away. But the idea is that I was living a life that wasn't fully in alignment with who I am. And then she kind of is this divine intervention that hands me this note. It's saying, here, go claim your soul in the desert. And immediately there's this knowing of like when I open the letter, it's like I have to go, and then I start running, and essentially I'm like shedding the layers of the past and shedding the material world.
You're throwing your coat off.
Yeah, it all comes off.
It all comes off. Yeah, it's great. It's very symbolic. It's beautiful.
The women that come in, they are the desert serpents, and similar to taken from belly dancing, serpent-like dancers. Serpents are a sign of transformation and that a change is on the horizon. And so they, I'm willingly in their arms.
Right.
And then they're kind of guiding me toward this woman who's actually the same woman that handed me the note. And she is the high priestess, and she's, embodying both the shadow and the light. And she's here to kind of excavate my shadow so that I can fully step into my authenticity as an artist.
So how long before you actually shot these videos had you produced the EP Sunday that they came from? And how did that come about, the production of that EP?
Sunday was my first attempt to make music, so it's very experimental, my process. I would literally define a key and a BPM at random, and then build out chord progressions, and I would actually experiment with different modal harmonies as well.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that strikes me about your tracks is that you're not trying to be any specific genre, right? It feels like it's really a unique expression of yourself, and that's exciting for me. I love hearing music like that.
Yeah, I never went in trying to be anything more just, oh, this sounds good to me, and then reacting to the music that I create with like whatever melodically comes out. And when you hear the EP, you can almost say that like each song is a different genre.
When you beat it, take it, don't break it. You make it higher than you will ever know.
Yeah, so where do you see going from here? Do you have kind of a longer arc that you see happening here?
Yeah, I mean, 3 years from now, I see myself like touring, full-scale production, being the creative director of my stage design, as well as like giving people an immersive experience which challenges the senses and human perceptions. I mean, yes, I create music, but I do have a strong design background, and so many of these other modalities that are under my belt are really going to be fused into the live show, just as you saw that in like Foothills, the music video.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, look, it's been great having you here today, and this has been a lot of fun. I really wish you all the best with your next EP, and we're excited to hear what's going to be coming out next with Oriel Poole. Thanks for being with us here today, everybody, and hope to see you soon.